Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Proper Guidance. Here we are to discuss chapter number 4, class 11, Computer Science. We have already discussed chapter number 1, 2, and 3 elaborately. If you have any query about those chapters, please ask me in the comment section. I will definitely clear your doubts. Assuming that there is no doubt, I am just proceeding for chapter number 4, that is Introduction to Problem Solving. Look, here is the introduction part. Introduction means how to solve the problem and what kind of problem we have to solve with the help of any computer language. In your syllabus, you will read about Python, the computer language. But here is one thing that are based on any programming language is based on some logic, and there are some general rules and syntaxes for any language. We have to just read those techniques. And the first thing is problem solving procedure. So, in today's world, computers are all around us, right? We use them for doing various tasks in a faster and more accurate manner. We all know this. For example, suppose you are using a smartphone for booking a train tickets or movie tickets online or flight tickets online. Online booking is a very common factor nowadays, right? And railway reservation is a complex task, but we can do it very well with the help of online booking system. So all these things are done by the help of programming language, and we have to learn those techniques. Okay, see here, steps for problem solving. This is very important. How to solve a problem? Suppose you have a headache. This is a problem. How to solve it? You have to use some painkiller or balm to overcome this situation, right? Or you got cold. Sorry. Okay. So we have to go through all those things. So for any problem, there is a solution, but we have to solve this problem with some specific steps. Now, suppose while you driving a vehicle starts making a strange noise, right? We might not know how to solve the problem right way. First, we need to identify all these things. There are various types of examples are here. Just go through. This is very easy. Is a thing. For now, you show this thing. This is very important part. Wait. I'm sorry. This thing. There is a problem solving steps are here. Number one, analyzing the problem. First, we analyze the problem, then developing the algorithm, then comes the coding section, and then testing and debugging. These are the four steps for problem solving, right? These are the four steps. Now, we will discuss about these four steps elaborately. First of all, analyze the problem. We have to analyze the problem, right? Analyze the problem. It is important to clearly understand a problem before we begin to find the solution for it. Right. Suppose you are in an examination hall, you have to answer some questions. So, what is the first step? You have to first understand the question properly. Then, after that, you can solve the problem, right? So, it is very important to clearly understand a problem before we begin to find the solution for it. If we are not clear as to what is to be solved, we may end up developing a program which may not solve our purpose, right? Thus, we need to read and analyze the problem. We need to read and analyze the problem statement carefully in order to list the principal components of the problem and decide the core functionalities that our solution should have. This is the core factor. By analyzing a problem, we would be able to figure out what are the inputs that our program should accept and the outputs that it should produce. Right? So this is the main purpose. By analyzing a problem, what will we get? We get what are the inputs that our program should accept and what are the outputs that it should produce. This is the main factor. Well, okay, so this is our first step, analyzing the problem. Okay, next, developing an algorithm. Now, completing the first phase, that is analyzing the problem. After analyzing the problem, second step is to develop an algorithm. Now see here, it is essential to devise a solution before writing a program code for a given problem. The solution is represented in natural language and is called an algorithm. Now, what is an algorithm? Very basic question. This is the answer. The solution is represented in natural language and is called an algorithm. We can imagine an algorithm like a very well written recipe for a dish with clearly defined steps that it followed one will end up preparing the dish. Right. We start with a tentative solution plan and keep on refining the algorithm until the algorithm is able to capture all the aspects of the desired solution. For a given problem, more than one algorithm is possible. This is very important point about algorithm, that for a given problem, more than one problem is possible. More than one algorithm is possible, and we have to select the most suitable solution. Now, for an example, I can say that you are going to school or college from your home. Okay, a tuition, wherever maybe you are going to there. Now, you can go there by walking or by bus or by train or any vehicle. Now, these different types of vehicles, different approach, there may be more than one approach. This more than one approaches are here the algorithm. Now you have to choose the suitable one. Suppose the distance between your home and school may be 5 kilometer. Now it is more convenient to go there by bus rather than walking, right? So the suitable solution should be accepted. For any computer programming also, when we have to choose the most suitable solution, more than one algorithm may be possible, but we have to select the best approach for solve that particular problem. Okay, so this part is known as developing an algorithm. This is nothing but the solution is represented in natural language and is called an algorithm. That is very in layman concept, it means that there is something that what you should to do for solve the problem. You have to just write down the steps in a plain paper. Okay, this is the developing an algorithm. And then comes the next step, this is coding. This is the very important part of, because coding, you have to just learn about coding. For any computer language in your syllabus you have to learn Python programming language, you have to learn this. Now what is coding? After finalizing the algorithm, we need to convert the algorithm into the format which can be understood by the computer to generate the desired solution. This is the main purpose of coding. Different high level programming languages can be used for writing a program. It is equally important to record the details of the coding procedures followed and document the solution. This is helpful when revisiting the programs at a later stage. Coding is explained in detail in section 4.8. When we will go to the section 4.8, I will explain it properly. For just now, you just know that coding is nothing but to convert the algorithm into the format which can be understood by the computer to generate the desired solution. Okay, this is coding. Now, the last one is testing and debugging. This is the most important part. Suppose you have done with your program. Okay, we have done with your program, but this is not the last thing. You have to test it properly and you have to debug also. Now, see here, the program created should be tested on various parameters. The program should meet the requirements of the user. It must respond within the expected time. It should generate correct output for all possible inputs. In the presence of syntactical errors, no output will be obtained. This is very important line. In the presence of syntactical errors, no output will be obtained. Now, what is syntactical errors? I will explain it completely in the later chapter. You just note down this point is important. For syntactical error, no output will be obtained. Okay, and this is checked with the help of testing and debugging section of a computer language. In case the output generated is incorrect, then the program should be checked for logical errors, if any. Okay, in case, okay. Yes. Software industry follows standardized testing methods like unit or component testing, integration testing, and all those things. Software industry follows standardized testing methods like unit or component testing, integration testing, system testing, and accepted testing while developing complex application. This is to ensure this is to ensure that the software meets all the business and technical requirements and works as expected. The errors or defects found in the testing phases are debugged or rectified. What is the meaning of debugging? The errors which are found, which are defects in the program found in the testing phases are debugged or rectified. Without rectification, you cannot run the program properly, right? So we have to debug it, or debugged or rectified, and the program is again tested. This continues till the errors are removed from the program. This continues this continues till it is all okay. Right, once the software application has been developed, tested, and delivered to the user, still problems in terms of functioning can come up and need to be resolved from time to time. The maintenance of the solution thus involves fixing the problems faced by the user. Answering the queries of the user, and even serving the request for addition or modification of features. So, I think you people can understand it properly. Uh, okay, look, here is just gist of the lecture for today. Introduction to problem solving. Here in chapter 4, we have learned about how to solve a problem, and we have to solve this problem with the help of computer language. In your syllabus you have to learn Python language, and there are some basic steps for problem solving, and these are analyzing the problem. This is number 1, analyzing the problem. First analyze the problem properly, and then developing an algorithm. Then we have to develop the algorithm to solve the problem. This is nothing but just you have to write down all the steps to solve the problem in plain paper. Okay, this is not any programming language. This is the only steps you have to write down. This is developing an algorithm, and the most important point is here, for any problem there are more than one, there may be more than one algorithm. This is possible, but you have to choose the most suitable solution. Okay, this is the technique and developing an algorithm. And then comes the coding section. This coding section you have to learn properly. Here we will learn about Python programming language. uh, but i just I just see you some little words about programming language, that C, C++, Python, Java, all these languages are high level language. Okay, and all these languages are high level language, so we have to convert it from high level language to its machine level language form. But these languages each are different from one another, and each and every language has its own syntax. The logic will be same for any problem, but the syntax is different. Now, when you are learning C or C++ or Java or Python, whatever may be the language, you have to learn first of all the syntax of that particular programming language, and then comes the logic section. Logic are moreover moreover same logic. There is no different logic. Suppose we are adding two integer numbers, 2 and 3. We have to add this one, so 2 plus 3 equals to 5. This will be same. You have to solve this. You may solve it with the help of C, C++, Java, Python. All this language can solve this problem, but logic is same, but only the difference will be in syntax, and this part is known as the coding. This is related with coding section, right? And this coding is explained in detail in section number 4.8. When we will go to that section, I will discuss it properly and elaborately. And then, okay, so coding is okay here. Introductory part of coding is okay, right? Then comes testing and debugging. What is testing? The name implies that whatever you have done in your coding section, you have to test it properly. What what is the testing? You have to test it properly. Now, suppose you are learning in class 11, and after the completion of your syllabus, there will be some test. If you required with all the expectation of that syllabus, all the questions answers all are okay, but you have tested, and when you pass, then only you can promoted, then you can be promoted in the next class, that is in class 12, right? So this is the testing phase. Just like that, software is also tested properly, that if there is any syntactical errors or anything, whether the software is running properly or not, all those things. If any error occurs, you have to detect it and debug it. Means you have to rectify those one, rectify it, and the program is again tested, right? Suppose you got some marks which is not qualifying marks. What happened? You have to give the retest again, right? And when you pass, then you only promoted, right? This is the normal thing, and this is called debugging. And the last phase is the maintenance phase. Okay, once the software application has been developed, tested, delivered, all that happened to the user, still problems in terms of functioning can come up and need to be resolved from time to time. That maintenance phase of the solution, this involves fixing the problem faced by the user, answering the queries of the user, and even serving the request for addition or modification of features. Okay, okay. So I hope you will go through the entire chapter. If there is any doubts, please ask me. For today's lesson, this is enough, I think. Okay, so thank you. I will start from here in my next video. And those who are new to my channel, please go through the previous videos for previous chapters. If there is continuity in your learning, it will be better for you, right? Thank you, and please subscribe my channel. If it is, I think, helpful for you, please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.